let's talk about nitrogen and nitrogen fixation, because it's surprisingly very, very important. So, nitrogen is the most abundant element in our atmosphere. There is quite a lot of it, but most things cannot actually access all of that nitrogen. Nitrogen exists in our atmosphere as N2, which is 2 nitrogen molecules with 3 bonds in between them, and those 3 bonds are very, very difficult to break. In fact, only a few very select organisms are actually capable of breaking those triple bonds. And we are not among those. In fact, only prokaryotes, so protists and bacteria, are capable of doing that, and not even all of them can do it. But for the certain ones that can, it works out great for them. Most of these prokaryotes are in symbiotic relationships with plants, so they get energy from plant metabolism. In exchange, they give them the nitrogen that they get from the atmosphere in the form of NH3, which is in a form that those plants can actually use, as plants cannot use the nitrogen from the atmosphere. However, this is very expensive for the bacteria. It takes 16 ATP, which is a lot. But it is very important that they do, because this is the only way, other than this artificial fertilizer, that plants can get nitrogen. And even not all plants have this symbiotic bacteria, only certain ones do. So, especially in crops, it is very, very important to rotate your crops with nitrogen-fixing plants, like clover is a very good one. And by planting a batch of nitrogen-fixing plants with the symbiotic bacteria, it can replenish all of the nitrogen in the soil to use later to plant crops that can't fix nitrogen as well. So yeah, N2 from the air is fixed by these symbiotic prokaryotes and turned into NH3, which gets replenished in the soil and can also be used by other plants, as well as the plant that is hosting this bacteria.